Oh, oh boy. Oh boy. DoomBringer? Oh man, I thought it was too Azure. I got a DoomBringer. And there it is, boys. Our second Uber unique, the DoomBringer. So today I'm going to go over the DoomBringer and our stats itself. This particular item is a little bit odd, as you'll see in a little bit when we go over it. Yeah, so I've been saving up my mats to kill Dory a bunch of times. And long and behold, about 20 kills in, I go ahead and I get the DoomBringer. Go ahead and have a look at it. Let me equip it so we can kind of have a look at it here. Go to the items. So that's how it looks. I like how it looks. However, it does look a little bit like this weapon, which is the Azure Wrath. So let me equip it on the other side here, and I'll show you. So if we look at this, is a DoomBringer, this is their Azure Wrath. Very, very similar upon first look. And you know, I wish they would change that, but I mean, Uber unique is Uber unique, so very, very nice. Azure Wrath also looks pretty nice. I just think they're a little bit too similar, and it's something that I actually got confused initially when I picked them both up, because when you kill Doriel, it is possible to get two uniques at the same time, and normally that's how you get an Uber unique, but two uniques on the floor doesn't guarantee you to get a singular Uber unique as well. And so I was kind of confused at first when I saw it. I thought it was two Azure Wraths, but then I really quickly looked at it and I saw that it was a different design, and I was like, DoomBringer, of course. So yeah, it does have that similarity. Cool piece overall. But let's go ahead and get into the stats and really have a look to see what usability this has. So DoomBringer, obviously when you get it from Doriel, it's going to be max rolled, and I upgraded it all the way here. Its innate ability is a critical strike damage, so 26.2 critical strike damage. The 26.2 damage output, so flat damage, that's just straight damage that you're getting. It's not conditional, so that's very good. 29.2 to core skill damage, that's going to be this stuff right here, core skills over here, particularly for the barb. That includes Whirlwind, Hammer of the Ancients, Hoda, Upheaval, and Double Swing and Rend. So that's by itself gonna give you damage towards that. Then you have very good roll, or a very good affix to it, which is 41.4 maximum life. So this is actually pretty good. This is actually very, very good, because to have life on a weapon is it's not really common. I mean, it doesn't exist, right? It only exists on the Grandfather, I think, besides this. So to have a defensive stat on a weapon is actually pretty cool, because it's also a percentage range. So it doesn't add a flat value like, let's say, where is this, like the Shaco here, where it adds a flat value of 2292. Where else do I have life? Right here on this ring, 1008 maximum life. It's not just a flat value, it's a percentage of your life. So if I put it on right now, I'm at 19,275 life. When I go ahead and put this on, it jumped to 25,000 life. That is massive, especially later on in higher level dungeons. This is pretty massive. So that 41.4 maximum life is pretty great. Then we have a lucky hit, up to 5% chance to heal 1,587 life. Then we have the Uber unique effect. Now it has two things. First thing is up to a 25% chance to deal 8,963 shadow damage to surrounding enemies, which, you know, extra damage, why not? It is reliant on lucky hit, and then you have an additional 25% chance. But the key thing here isn't particularly the shadow damage. To me, the best thing about this sword is the next thing, which is reduce their damage done by 20% for 5 seconds. So we have a sword here that, for, you know, when you look at a weapon, most of the things are going to be offensive stats, and now we have a sword that does both offensive and defensive, which you normally couldn't roll on this. And you know, defense is pretty important when you're doing, you know, higher level nightmare dungeons, and I'm assuming when we get to the Abattoir Azir, it's going to be very important as well. So the defense is very important, and so we have this weapon that gives you this damage reduction. Now for me particularly, you know, normally you want defensive pants unless you're using Tibalt's Will. But if we look at Tibalt's Will, damage reduction from close enemies, and on my Harlequin quest, the Shaco, I have 20% damage reduction period. So when this procs and I have my Shaco equipped, I'm gonna be pretty much in a tank. I mean, barbarians are already a tank, but for this DoomBringer, I plan on using it for my rogue, not necessarily for the barb, because I really haven't worked out the math on how it all works. But when I equip this, I actually, let me unequip it again. Let's go ahead and look at our overpower, because this particular build relies on overpower. I have 2,486.4% overpower damage with what I have. So if I replace one of these weapons, I lose 78.8 overpower damage, 81% overpower damage, and strength and all stats. So while this is a great weapon to have if you're going to be doing higher level content, I'm not sure exactly if I am going to be doing more damage with a barb with this. So if I equip it and we look at our overpower damage, it actually goes down to 2,233.2. But this weapon is still very good. I mean, it's a uber unique, and when you equip it with your, let's say like a rogue, which I intend to do it, we're going to see a noticeable difference. We're going to get much more health and be able to dish out more damage, more core skill damage with our core skills from rogue. So overall, I'm pretty happy I got this. Again, preferably I would have loved to have the grandfather, but hey, I still have plenty of mats to go here. I've been saving for weeks, and with the whole change of the living steel and the hell tide change, I've been able to kind of expedite how much I've done. So hopefully I'll get a few more ubers, hopefully no doubles, but yeah. So guys, that is the DoomBringer. If you have any other information that maybe I didn't mention here that you guys may be aware of, go ahead and comment below. Other than that, thank you for joining me today, and don't forget to hit like, subscribe, or comment if you found what I talked about today useful. And anyway, have a great rest of your day. Bye now.